there you are. Really took me a while to find you.
As expected, Dia also didn't
Get hurt? Why?
Well, you're still getting...
Truth be told, I also think it's pretty strange.
Traveler, could you explain the situation to her today? Paimon's gotten a little sick of doing it. Oh, that works.
What happened to you guys while I was gone?
Don't think too hard about it. Just...
Alright then, let me get this straight. You're telling me that my body...
Yes, your memories...
And I'd have to disagree. That's
Oh? Why do you think that?
If we've actually been reliving the Sabzeruz festival day after day, then what happened to the... Common sense says my wallet should have emptied itself a...
Right. They could use the Akasha to record what... It's not very likely, but it's also not impossible.
No, it is impossible.
You have proof?
You two are surprisingly serious about... Come with me, Miss Dunyarzad.
Paimon can't believe it's Dia who wants to show us something this time. 2 days ago, we were the ones taking...
This is it.
Huh? This...
See those marks on the dummy? Those are the result of several days' worth. Let's say the sages didn't replace it every day. Shouldn't it be hacked to pieces?
That's true, but what if they...
Then the sages would have had to reproduce every mark I left during... I'm a professional fighter. My martials, the force, angle, and entry point of each strike, it's just as they say. Each swordsman has their own
Is it really impossible? What if they use...
People often say that a camera's photo can never replace... The same thing applies here. At a mere glance, I can differentiate carved marks from the result. Whew. Hope that cleared things up for you. Hey, is this that new brain... Anyway, it's getting late. I should escort Miss Dunyarzad to Nilou's stage. See you later.
Well, back to square one. But... at least we've reached some other conclusions in the meantime. Yep, that's true. So, can we fix strange? Paimon feels like everything's been strange lately. Huh? Leaving the city? You're right! It's really strange how we never thought of Paimon can't believe it! Did we miss... How about we go back and ask Nahida? Maybe we... early today. Did you find some... Sort of. We're mostly sure now that we're not... leaving the city. As far as I remember... We did? But we don't remember anything. What happened? Let me think. I don't think you ever actually told me what the outcome was. Oh, but you two sometimes stay out the entire night anyway, so at the time, I didn't think too much about it. It is true that sometimes we lose track of time during our investigations. Before we know it, it'll... Really? That's kinda strange. In theory, I should have... Yep. Something here's definitely fishy. Let's get to... Our memories are back! About that... Traveler, aside from your memories that were just restored, I have another message for you. Listen to it and you'll understand.
Can't go back. There are countless spaces here. Our Sabzeruz festival in Sumeru City is just one of them.
Traveler, you should be missing 2 days worth of memories. Paimon will fill you in. It's time to carry out our plan from yesterday. Okay, let's go! We don't have many more festivals to waste.
Why can't we leave the...
Don't ask me. It's not like I can tell you.
I have a real emergency.
That's your problem. Make sure...
But it's not like you can just predict business matters in advance.
It looks like the Academia already announced a lot. Let's go and question them. Hello, sir. Why can't we leave?
Here we go again. Don't ask. We just received an order that no one is allowed to enter or exit Sumeru today. They didn't tell us anything else. Angering me won't get you anywhere.
It looks like he really doesn't know. If we can't get anything out of him, let's take... This is a good spot, and the guard hasn't noticed us at all. Huh? Why? Are you going to leave Paimon behind? But... What? Oh, Paimon knows that Paimon can't do much, but... Okay. Promise Paimon that you'll come back as soon as possible. Just a quick... And please... Memories! Traveler! Paimon would never see you! Paimon waited for you for hours and hours at the city wall and you never came back! You promised Paimon that you were only taking a quick look! Paimon, calm down. He's here now. I don't think he understood what you were... Paimon doesn't care! Paimon wanted to go look for you, but you also said that Paimon should stay! Paimon was so worried and so scared the entire day! Okay. Paimon will forgive you. The most important thing is that you didn't actually disappear. Oh, okay. Paimon, can you tell us your perspective of what really happened yesterday? I see. Using 2 people. After that, you left the city. Paimon kept her eyes on you the whole time, but then you disappeared in an instant. No way! Paimon was watching you with the phone. What's your perspective, Traveler? You sure you don't have any I guess that explains everything. You also lost your memories the last 2 times you tried to leave the city. So, if we leave the city, our memories will be completely erased? It really sounds like something big outside. But this way, we'll also never discover what's outside. Something like a message? But don't look at me like that. I'm not used to being stared at. Well, okay. You want something that can pass on messages? Yep, now we're talking. I'm done. Here you go. What? Isn't this just an Akasha terminal? I made some little changes. Akasha terminals are already capable of sending messages. To make something like this? Nahida, you really know the Akasha like the back of... Yep. I'll help you save the messages. It should be pretty easy to use. I just can't guarantee the user's status and signal coverage when they're out.
We'll never know until we try. At least we're taking the initiative now. Let's go then. Let's expose those sages. All right. Paimon isn't as worried about being separated since it happened once yesterday. But, okay. See you. That covers everything that's happened so far.
Yes, although the signal was choppy and had some interference, we still managed to receive 2 messages.
Okay, now that you understand what's going on, let's...
Can't go back. There are countless spaces here. Our Sabzeruz festival in Sumeru City. I've entered another space. Before me are flowing sandstone and howling fish. Impossible and surreal sights. All these spaces are empty except for the occasional ones that contain mute puppets rather than people. I can't sense any human presence.
That's one heck of an info dump. It sounds like you left the Sumeru City, but everything looked completely normal when Paimon was looking out from the inside.
There's another part here. We only received it last night.
These spaces have been disappearing one after the other, absorbed by something like a sun in the sky. And now, even the final space has also disappeared. Behind me, a lot of spaces just appeared again from thin air. I get it now. Those spaces are actually...
Why did the message end?
Probably because yesterday just happened to end at that moment.
Oh, right. Paimon did hear a beep from the Akasha.
The message. It should have come from the Traveler's Akasha Terminal.
After the beep, Traveler said, even...
Traveler, what do you think that final space could have been?
My impression is that each day in this
Oh, so that's what it is! After the sound of the beep, the final space, later on, Traveler also mentioned a bunch of new spaces, but Paimon's head is...
Well, consider this. For all the horrors of the Archon War, at its heart, it was just so no matter how strange or spooky things may look on the surface, maybe all they point...
Wow, the Archon War, huh? That's an analogy and... Hey! Where are you? Do you want some alone time to think? All right, then.
The dance of Sabzeruz is about to begin. I'm going to go watch it.
Okay.
Okay then. See you later.
Have you figured it out yet, Traveler? Time... Awesome! What is it? Paimon wants to know! Oh, wait...
Are you ready to take your Sabzeruz exam and graduate from the festival? Okay, first off, have you...
All the bizarre spaces I saw outside the city had one thing in common: a lack of human presence. People in Sumeru don't dream. What? We are all in a dream. It isn't that the...
People in Sumeru think they don't dream, but the truth is the Akasha steals their dreams without them knowing it. And those spaces with no human presence are stolen dreams without their host. That would explain why they sounded so weird when he was trying to describe them. Huh. So people in Sumeru do dream after all. In fact,
Correct answer. Now, how did you conclude that the Akasha is capable of this? The Akasha relies on the power of a Gnosis to operate.
That doesn't sound right. I need to carefully think things through.
The Akasha relies... It is the manifestation of the God of Wisdom's power. It compiles the wisdom of the... and it grants knowledge to the people.
That doesn't sound...
oh, okay. Those dream-controlling creatures in the forest also get their power from the Dendro Archon, right? But is stealing everyone's dreams really how the Akasha compiles their wisdom? Isn't there anything more to it than that?
Dreams are fantastical, complex, and full of imagination. People's brains are the most active when they're dreaming. In other words, dreams are rich bundles of
So in other words, the complete opposite of how Hypatia... Paimon remembers her saying that the sages think dreams are foolish delusions. The real story is that the sages from the Academia are using the Akasha to steal people's dreams.
Oh? By the sounds of it, you understand the current situation pretty well. So then, what about the Samsara?
The Grand Sage said... That doesn't sound right. The beep is a prompt tone for Akasha op... That doesn't sound right. Those spaces kept disappearing before my eyes. But it... Those dreamscapes kept vanishing. But as soon as that...
Correct. The Akasha is keeping each person's brain in their disembodied consciousness is placed inside the collective. No one is any the wiser as another day passes in the dream. People wake up to yet another dream about the Sabzeruz festival. The dreams...
So, this is like a dream factory. And the...
Very good, Paimon. Using analogies well is an excellent habit to get into.
Okay. So that beep we keep hearing is actually from our real...
Alright, last question. Who am I?
They say that alchemical divination is the Dendro Archon's
So you noticed. I thought that one would be the hardest question. That's why I put it last.
That wasn't hard at all. Even Paimon guessed that. Everything about you is different. We just didn't want to expose you, was all. Now that you mention it, Nahida, you've been... It's funny. Thinking back to when we were asking all over the place for info about Lesser Lord Kusanali. Paimon didn't expect to meet you like this.
Yes, those can wait until we're back in real life. On the other hand, I'd be happy to answer any more questions you have. You asked me this question before. My answer was, it would literally blow your mind. Now that you know this is all a dream, this answer... Have you heard the saying, don't wake a sleepwalker? Your notion of reality and dream would be thrown into irreversible... That's why I could only give you very subtle hints and some... Firstly, this dream we're in is completely based on reality. People have already experienced the Sabzeruz Fest. Secondly, you're probably wondering why people don't That's because people don't remember their dreams most of the time anyway. And in any case, so whenever they wake up in this dream of the Sabzeruz Festival...
That reminds Paimon. Traveler had a dream when we were in the Avidia Forest, but couldn't see what it was about after waking...
Yes. Only after receiving the blessing of Dendril can a person gain the Dendril element's dream. Meanwhile, everyone else has no idea that they are in the Sabzeruz Festival themselves.
Can humans really keep dreaming forever like this?
We might say your mental fatigue has already answered this question, especially those whose health is compromised to begin with, like Dunyarzad.
People's lives are at stake here, and nobody knows a thing! We've got...
I know, right? Why did they have to base this dream on my birthday? Could it really just be a coincidence?
Even you don't know the reason?
The Academia sages are determined to harvest lots of dreams in a short time, no matter... Traveler, do you have any information?
Okay, Nahida said the Akasha relies on the power of a gnosis to operate. That doesn't sound right. Okay, Nahida said the Akasha... Okay, Nahida... The Grand Sage said, go celebrate the birth of...
Celebrate the birth of... Could it mean... deceiving the people of Sumeru with no regard for their safety. After we end the Sabzeruz Festival
How can the sages of the Academia do this?
In the end, I'm just the moon. The real sun is long gone.
A sun and a moon? Nahida's talking in riddles. Oh, we're out of time today.
I'll tell you how to break free of the samsara tomorrow.
Nahida? Wait. Now that Paimon remembers everything, should we instead say good morning, Lesser Lord Kusanali? Hey! What's wrong, Nahida? You don't look too good.
I'm afraid that what you're thinking right now is correct.
Did Dunyarzad already disappear?
The real Dunyarzad's consciousness has indeed disappeared. It can no longer endure the constant dream harvesting.
Paimon can't believe it. Wait, so what about that?
She's actually something like a puppet, but not completely. The real Dunyarzad's consciousness could no longer keep playing her role in this dream. So another Dunyarzad appeared to replace her in the dream.
But personality-wise, she's nothing like the real...
Puppets are stiff, and can't copy a living person's vitality. After all, they're just there as filler. You know, speaking of which, the old
Dunyarzad truly believed that she met you within her consciousness.
Yes. Back then, her family was overly protective of her. No one cared about her personality or thoughts. It was as if she only lived to stall her up. I just gave her a little wisdom so she could look at life in a new way. So that she could be her own person. But even so, she's still... Far from it. I'm still a long way off from being a real Archon. I couldn't even save her. If I were a competent Archon, I wouldn't have let my most faithful follower die at the Sabzeruz festival with so many...
Please don't beat yourself up over it, Nahida. It's the same...
I'm not beating myself up. All I did was to rationally observe the distance between...
Don't be like that, Nahida. Even real Archons are still allowed to be sad.
To prevent more tragedies like this, we must end the samsara as soon as possible.
Great, but how do we...
Although the Sabzeruz festival dream is under the Akasha's control, that means this dream belongs to a host who created it.
Huh?
So, well, if this is someone's dream, then everything here must come, which means, with the power of imagination...
Imagination?
Imagination means breaking through what you... like when the server at the tavern brings a plate to you. You'd naturally... However, if you're the dream's host, and you become aware that the dream will respond in kind. But right now, our host is unaware that this is a dream. No matter how many times they're served, it will always be food. Find some way to make that person realize that they're dreaming.
How are we going to find them, though? If it could be anyone, and even if we did find them, how are we supposed to make them realize, after all, like you said?
It's extremely difficult, yes. But as for me, during this time, I'll be out of town.
Out of town? Are you going to...
Yes. I want to try... Hurry and go. Dreams are supposed to be fantastical, romantic, and full of pleasant surprises.
Paimon's still a little upset that we've come this... She was such a good person, with such a simple wish. But fate was against her. Yeah. Saving Dunyarzad is what kept us going this whole time. But we mustn't lose hope, Traveler. Paimon's wondering, do you think the sages would get one of their own to be the host of this stream? Huh. That's true. Plus, the sages So, who do you think the host of the dream is? Oh, that would make sense! Ferris the Knight of... Let's go ask him some...
You're back. You left in a hurry last time. Is everything okay?
Everything's fine, just...
An experiment? That came out of nowhere.
Could you... make a wish?
You want me to make a wish? Is that a new Sub-Zero?
Less questions, more wish!
Okay. My wish. Okay. I'm a little nervous saying this out loud, but I noticed earlier that she looked a bit... She just doesn't seem like herself. I've also wondered if the reason she asked me to be Fairest Knight of Flowers is because...
So, you have a crush on Dunyarzad?
When she placed the hat of the Knight of Flowers onto my head, she said to me, what she didn't realize was that I'm not that interested in how everyone else feels. Okay, yeah, that was... Okay, I'm ready to make my wish. I would like Miss Dunyarzad to appear in front of me right now with a smile on her face. Here goes.
Please come true.
I'm gonna open my eyes. Oh! You're...
What?
Fucky? Sorry, but only one portion of Yalda candies per person. Nice try, you two.
Guess he isn't the host of this dream after all. Should have expected it wouldn't be this easy. It seems like Dunyarzad loves her. But none...
My lady, step back.
That sounds like Dia! Oh, right. Huh? But Dia can handle them! Hey, Traveler!
Oh, it's you. Great timing. Please take... Hey, this is my job. The homie Yanni's pay me, not you. You... fine. Anyway, watch yourself.
So you got yourself some back...
Time for takeoff. Here we go. Our bond is strong. Boing, boing, boom! Jumpy, dumpy, go! Yahoo! Hi! Try this off the side! Out of my way! Stand with me! Brace yourself!
Take my lead.
Traveler, were you just taking your anger out on those guys? You and Nahida both. Dunyarzad wouldn't... Oh, and remember how during the first Sub-Zero's festival, before the Samsara started, she said it was because she had forgotten something. Okay, so Paimon's memory is working so far. Anyway, Paimon also remembers that she is staying somewhere around here. Yeah, even if it... This is the place. It's rude. Hey, the windows are unlocked. Okay, Paimon's gonna take a peek inside. This was only a temporary residence, so there was pretty much nothing inside. Should we open it? Wow. Dunyarzad wrote all of this, even though she was also busy preparing. She must have wanted to give this to us as a gift on the day of the if we hadn't found this book. But now that we know, we can't even thank her. Hey! Where are you off to now? La la la. Dissipate! Stand with me! It's Dunyarzad's puppet. Traveler? You must be exhausted. come to think of it, we've been stuck in this place for a really, really long time. Heck, even the last time we were chatting happily with Dunyarzad feels like an eternity ago. Paimon still remembers when we were sitting here, and the way her eyes sparkled when she talked about Nilou's dance of
There will always be frustrations in life, but I know that the point of living is not to leave behind any regrets.
That was what the real Dunyarzad said, wasn't it? Does that mean...
Yes, Traveler.
Oh, so she's still just a puppet. But just now, what? Where are we going this time?
If you continue to resist, the Grand Sage is our...
Oh. Traveler?
Traveler?
Traveler? What the heck are you doing? Wait, they're not reacting. Have they been scared stiff? Oh, of course! If this is the Sage's plan, they wouldn't put... So they're just...
What is this? What happened to the Grand Sage and his entourage? Like I said, they symbolize the goddess of flowers. It's just a shame that all the real Padisarahs went
Yes. The Greater Lord brought forth new Padisarahs in memory of the goddess.
That beautiful shade of purple. Aren't these flowers real Padisarahs? Just like the ones from the legend? I didn't even notice.
But didn't you just say all the real flowers went extinct after the goddess...
Yeah. What's going on here? Huh? You guys are acting weird.
Hey! They disappeared! So Nilou's the host. Purple Padisarahs don't exist in the real world anymore. But in Nilou's subconscious, they can... It's just like the example Nahida told us. People assume there will be food on a plate, and so when you saw the flowers, you But if we want to end the samsara, we need the host. How should we make Nilou realize that?
Am I dreaming?
Huh?
So I'm right. Is this Lesser Lord Kusanali responding to our...
Wrong guess, but you aren't completely wrong either. The point is, as far as you know, people in Sumeru...
Yeah, but have you heard the tale of the first sage?
Ooh, sounds familiar. Dunyarzad told us a story like that when we first arrived in...
Yep, but in the part you heard, he hadn't become the first sage yet. There's more. His piety and wisdom were acknowledged by the Dendro Archon, and she finally gave her... All kinds of spectacular scenes appeared in front of the first sage, as if all the knowledge in the world was being painted onto a canvas right before him. He was captivated. After who knows how long, he mastered all the knowledge he could comprehend. Afterward, he said to the Dendro-Archon, "I miss my parents, my wife, and my children." The Dendro-Archon smiled. The next second, the sage found himself his wife lying next to him said, "You're off to search for the..." In the end, the first sage took care of many disasters in Sumeru City.
So, the first sage was dreaming ever since the beginning of the story?
Yes. But his faith and determination were conveyed to the Dendro-Archon, so she blessed him in the form of a dream.
Paimon understands where you're coming from now. That's a really interesting connection. But
I see. Well, it just so happens that today's Sabzeruz festival is almost over too. Since we're in a dream, let's make this final dance of Sabzeruz as beautiful as we can. The wait is over, everyone. I dedicate this to our god, the Dance of Sabzeruz.
I'd be lying if I said I had no regrets. I would have loved to see Nilou's dance.
Traveler. Oh, Paimon feels like she's been Paimon's head feels super... Paimon thinks it was... The Sabzeruz Fest! Have we finally escaped from the Sabzeruz Samsara? Quick! Take off your Akasha terminal! She's not in her room. Huh? What usual spot?